I'm so thankful that you've chosen to be with us here on this Thursday for a word of encouragement. And today we're going to Psalm 46. And many of the verses you would be familiar with, and they are a great help in the day and age in which we live. Verse 1, God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Therefore we will not fear, though the earth be removed, and though the mountains be carried into the midst of the sea. And then it speaks of the river of the city of God. And then verse 5, I mentioned yesterday the glorious reality that when God is in the midst of us, there is blessing. Verse 5, God is in the midst of her. She shall not be moved. God shall help her, and that right early. The heathen raged, the kingdoms were moved. He uttered his voice, the earth melted. The Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge. Just reading those verses stirs your heart because you think of the greatness of God, his power, his wisdom, his majesty, his sovereignty. And he wants to meet with us. We are to have that fellowship. We eventually will be with him in heaven. And he had the temple made so that there could be the presence of the Holy of Holies. And now we are the temple of God because of the finished work of Christ, and the Holy Spirit, actually, the Shekinah glory, indwells us. And so, though the heathen rage, though the kingdoms are moved, he's with us. He's our refuge. They're not going to win. Did you know that every great ruler that did not turn to God is in hell today? None of the kingdoms that were powerful in those days are around. Their people groups can't even be identified. They're gone. There is one man of the great heathen kingdoms that's in heaven. That's Nebuchadnezzar, because of the witness of Daniel and the mighty works that God did there. But the heathen have raged all throughout history, and they're gone. The heathen rage today. They will be gone, but not God's people. We will dwell with God forever, and we are dwelling with him now, and he is our God. He is our refuge. He is coordinating even what Satan is doing as we see just all of the ominous forces trying to force a whole new world upon us. God is using all of this to advance his kingdom. Satan cannot win. But the issue is that we need to allow God, as I mentioned yesterday, to be in the midst of us. And if so, we won't be moved. God will help us, and that right early. I love that phrase. He's right there. He is waiting to meet our need right now. And so may God cause all of us to not look at what's going on in the world, but let's look to the one that cannot be moved.